Hello everybody, it is Steve, your friendly neighborhood lawn gnome, and welcome to another movie review over here on That's Comical. And of course, if you happen to be watching this video on a Wednesday, then happy new comic book day. So I was definitely excited to give you guys a movie review earlier this summer when I went back to the theaters to talk about the newest addition to the MCU. So of course, knowing that I was going to be coming back to you guys soon to give you a review from the other side of the coin, that's right, the newest big screen viewing of a film from the DC Extended Universe to talk about James Gunn's The Suicide Squad. So, whether you are someone that wanted to refer to this film as a recreation or a reboot, or if you want to call this a very slight sequel to the David Ayer film, have at it, you are entitled to your opinion. I actually will consider this film as a sequel to the first Suicide Squad film. We got some familiar faces back, including Joel Kinnaman as Rick Flag. We got Margot Robbie, of course, returning to play Harley Quinn, which she does so well. We even got Jai Courtney returning as Captain Boomerang, and one of my personal favorite actresses in Hollywood today, the great Viola Davis, playing the badass Amanda Waller. But we got a couple of fresh faces in regards to the Suicide Squad. We got Sylvester Stallone voicing King Shark. We got Idris Elba to play Bloodsport. And we got a couple of other famous faces, including the great John Cena, playing some villains that I didn't even know existed, like Peacemaker. I mean, there were some that I did know, like I know who Polka Dot Man is, I've heard of Javelin, but I haven't really read that many comic books that had some of these villains, but I really appreciated the fact that James Gunn, love him or hate him, however you feel, based on everything that happened with him over at Disney, and I was expecting him to bring something fresh to the table and really giving me an opportunity to learn a bit about these villains that I didn't even know existed. So, what do I have to say about the Suicide Squad film? Well, I will definitely say that there is definitely going to be a mixed bag of reviews, because if you are a fan of the DC Extended Universe, you are probably very excited to see this. As of now, even after seeing The Suicide Squad, I think that Zack Snyder's Justice League is the best comic book film to come out in 2021, but I have truthfully enjoyed all the DC Extended Universe films, even though there are so many that did not. And I will just say that this movie is Guardians of the Galaxy on crack. Like, this is James Gunn basically showing Disney and the MCU after he was originally fired because of some tweets that he made over a decade ago. He basically said, okay, I am now officially going to get free range. I'm going to really give people a chance to see what I am truly made of, and they're still going to love me no matter what Disney and lunatics who disagree with me say. And he really did pull out the stops with Suicide Squad. This movie is definitely not for the faint of heart. This movie is very graphic. This movie is very violent. There is a ton of foul language in this movie. But what I really did appreciate about this film was they really wanted to harp on some extremely well-known elements of the DC comic book universe, because what I really appreciated was the villain in this movie was a character named Starro. Starro, historically, is the big supernatural threat that brought the Justice League together in the comic books. So basically, this is James Gunn saying, well, what if it was the other way around? What if it was Task Force X, aka the Suicide Squad, that was chosen to take down Starro, and what other kind of wackiness would ensue? There's also a ton of other famous faces in this movie, like Nathan Fillion, Peter Capaldi, Pete Davidson. I mean, the star power in this movie is fantastic, even though some of the DC star power in this film is not. You will definitely get a real sympathetic view of some of these characters, particularly the Polka Dot Man, who I know is one of the cheesiest Batman villains ever made because he was made during the age of camp and the comics code in the Silver Age, but I really appreciated what they did with this character. I found myself laughing a lot in this movie, even though there were some very disturbing moments, and I just loved the banter between Rick Flag and Peacemaker. John Cena is just one of the best actors in Hollywood today. It is just funny to say that the two great male leads in Hollywood right now happen to be two WWE superstars in John Cena and Dwayne Johnson, who is also going to be joining the DCEU very soon with Black Adam. But this movie definitely shows you that this is the Suicide Squad. It's in your face, nothing's held back, and everything can be completely wacky, and still you will manage to understand what's going on. Regardless of how you felt about the original Suicide Squad, I really believe that there were a couple of hints and nods to the original film, as well as Birds of Prey, which of course did star Margot Robbie. She was, without a doubt, the best part of this movie outside of John Cena. Every time she is on screen, she just is filled with fun and delight, and you are just smiling whenever she just does what Harley Quinn does. She really has embodied the live-action version of Harley Quinn, and I'm just really hoping that after all the craziness and all of the complete chaos that is Warner Brothers and the DC Extended Universe, that we really are going to get some more really great DC films, because we have been getting some very good DC films very, very recently. Ever since Wonder Woman came out, I have just truly seen a difference in everything that has been given to us by this studio. And I will recommend the Suicide Squad for you, specifically if you have no issue with extreme violence and cursing and gore. I think that you will enjoy this as a DC fan. If you want to see a better version, okay, I will admit it, of the original Suicide Squad film, you will definitely like this one so much more, because James Gunn's spin on this story and these characters really is a great asset to DC. And who knows, maybe he'll come back, because apparently he has bigger and better ideas for DC villains. And I'm very curious to see if this is what he does with the villains. What will he do with the heroes? It's a movie that I definitely want to see again, although I don't think my wife is going to want to see it again. This is one of the main reasons why I said this movie may not be for everybody, because she really did not have a good time with this movie. She's not into that kind of violence, and she's not into graphic footage, so she definitely did not have a good time with it. But I'm just glad that I did, which is why I am definitely going to be seeing this again. I mean, hell, I might seriously be watching it on HBO Max before it officially gets taken off of the service. But I am planning on getting this movie on Blu-ray or DVD, regardless of if the special features are good. I will probably think, based on what Warner Brothers has done, is they're really doing a smart thing for the consumers. They're putting out DVD and Blu-ray features, and most of the stuff that you get on the Blu-rays you get on the DVDs as well, in like a 2-disc special edition. So if I'm gonna save myself a couple of bucks, I may go with that one. But if they do like an even more extended cut of this film and it's only available on Blu-ray, I will definitely get the Blu-ray. But anyway, I had a good time with the Suicide Squad. It felt great being back at the movies again this year, hoping that there will be many more times, and I'm going to be giving the Suicide Squad 3.5 stars out of 4. So thank you very much for watching, everybody. Just put your comments in the box below. You know how much I would love to talk to you, and please do not forget to leave this video a like and subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you are up to date with all of our latest content, and I'll see you in the next one.